How to engage in spiritual warfare. With this secret, you are going to end every form of attacks in your life. If you're experiencing delay in marriage, no job opportunities, you're experiencing breakdown at the edge of breakthroughs, or any other spiritual attacks, I tell you the truth, if you pay attention to this secret, you are about to experience a breakthrough that will last a lifetime in your life. Don't skip these secrets for anything in this world. Please like this video, because when you do so, you are helping this video to spread to a greater number of people on this platform. Thank you very much. Behind every attack you are experiencing physically, it is linked from the realm of the spirit, because it takes the spiritual to establish the physical. A man experiencing marital delay, a man experiencing disappointment, breakdown, and setbacks. I tell you the truth, to the physical realm, it looks like the problem is coming physically, but I tell you the truth, 80 to 90% of the problems a man faces physically, it is linked to the realm of the spirit. That's why the Bible said in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12, said, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers." A man just wakes up, his business just starts to crumble. A woman and a man, happily married, all of a sudden they wake up in the morning, quarrels, and all of a sudden the marriage is not working again. Listen, believers, that is not the time to point fingers at your husband. That is not the time to point fingers at your wife. That is the time to engage in spiritual warfare, because you need to understand that what you tolerate, you cannot terminate. God's choice is always the devil's target. We saw something very prophetic happen in the book of Job. The Bible speaking in Job chapter 1, Job had attacks. All the business, children, everything Job had crumbled to the ground. And when you read Job chapter 1, it all looks like a physical problem. But when we look deeper, we saw that it was Satan that was causing those problems. Read Job chapter 1, you will see it. Satan was unleashed against Job. But Satan is good at covering his traces. When the thing happens, it will look like he is not even the cause. It will look like just a normal technical issue. But if you look deeper, you will see that the finger of Satan is around this thing. So you must not be ignorant of the spirit realm. Are we together now? This is not to project fear in you, but this is to project what I call spiritual intelligence. Because the Bible said, do not be ignorant of the devices of the enemy. Are we together now? Yes. So this is not to project fear. This is to project a consciousness so you can guard your territory. In Job chapter 1, if you read from verse 13 to 19, we saw how the children of Job died, how the businesses of Job started failing. Now, it looked like a physical confrontation, but we were reading the Bible, we saw that this was beyond the physical. This was Satan afflicting the business, the children of Job. Are we together now? Let me just read verse 18. Job chapter 1 verse 18. It says, "While the servant was still speaking, yet another messenger came and said, Your sons and daughters were feasting and drinking wine at the oldest brother's house." He said, "When suddenly a mighty wind swept in from the desert and struck the four corners of the house, it collapsed on them and they are all dead." And you see what the Bible is saying? So in the realm of the spirit, we saw that it was Satan bringing those attacks, but in the physical, what did we see? We saw that it was like a wind came from the desert to break the house, and the house fell on the children and the children died. Now, if it was in our days, we are going to say maybe it's a tsunami, maybe a very strong wind blew. That's what we will say. But we saw that attack was linked to the realm of the spirit. The Bible said, do not be ignorant of the devices of the wicked. In this video, I'm going to show you how to win this battle. Are we together? If you begin to judge matters spiritually, you will discover that you're always on the victory side. I know people will say you're spiritual. Is everything that is spiritual? Some things are just normal wisdom. Believers, you need to understand that so long we are on this earth, it takes the spiritual to establish the physical. Something happened in the book of Revelation chapter 6. If you read from verse 3, look at what the Bible said. It says, "When the lamp opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature say, 'Come.' Then another horse came out, a fiery red one. Its rider was given power to take peace from the earth and to make people kill each other. To him was given a large sword." Are you seeing what the Bible is saying? That a red horse and a rider was unleashed from the realm of the spirit. But what was happening on the earth was that people started killing each other. So you see on the news, Oh, this thing happened, this person killed this person, that happened, all over the news. Are you seeing that it is linked from the realm of the spirit, that a red horse was released over that territory? You go to some places, you see a lot of criminal activities, people violent. These things are spiritual. It will take a territorial commander to walk into that territory, and when he begins to do priesthood there, to shut down the agenda of the devil. Are we together now? So the first thing you need to understand when it comes to engaging in spiritual warfare is that it takes the spiritual to establish the physical. And you need to understand that we do not war against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. Number two, you need to understand that you are fighting from a place of victory. You are not fighting to win. You are fighting because you have already won. How did we win? Jesus made us win. We saw it in Colossians chapter 2, verse 15. The Bible said, and having disarmed the powers and authorities, these principalities and powers now, he said, he made a public spectacle of them, triumphing over them by the cross. Are you seeing now that Jesus has defeated principalities and power? Guess what? The Bible said he made an open shame. He made them a public spectacle. So Jesus did not defeat them secretly. He defeated them openly. So you have to have that consciousness within you that you are not fighting to win. You are fighting from the place of victory. What you are doing is that you are like a law enforcement agency. You are enforcing your victory. Jesus has done this, I enforce it. How do you enforce it? Not just by prayers, all right? You enforce it by praying with this consciousness, because the consciousness makes the difference. Are we together? So there's a difference between praying, oh, whatever is mine, every of my job, come to me now. Whatever of my pending harvest, come to me. You can pray that prayer with a consciousness of fear. It will not work. But when you pray that prayer, every of my harvest hanging in the atmosphere, in the name of Jesus, come to me now. You are praying that prayer with the consciousness of you are a law enforcement agent. You are enforcing the law. You are enforcing the victory Christ has given you on the cross of Calvary. You will begin to see great results. Are we together? Look at what happened in Joshua chapter 18 verse 3. It says, so Joshua said to the Israelites, how long will you wait before you begin to take possession of the land that the Lord, the God of your ancestors, has given to you? And you see what the Bible is saying? It said, how long will you wait? And you see, God had given them the land in the spirit, but they had their own responsibility of what? Going to fight to possess the land. Listen, I'm not talking about the Christianity that tells you God has done it, God has done it, you don't need to do anything, sit down across the leg. No. God has done it, but you need to go and possess what God has given you. The Bible said, if you read Obadiah chapter 1 verse 17, it said, but upon Mount Zion there shall be deliverance, there shall be holiness. It says, and the children of Jacob shall possess their possession. Are you seeing it? That you have a possession Jesus has given us on the cross of Calvary, but you have your own responsibility to do what? Possess your possession. This is when you will wake up in the midnight. This is when you will go into fasting. This is when you will go into prayer. Lord, all that is mine, I enter into it. Listen, I'm not talking about 21 days fasting and prayers. I'm not talking about 7 days prayer. I am saying pray until something happens. I remember last year, I needed a dimension to open up to me. Guess what? For that thing, I remember I prayed every day. For that particular thing, I was doing some few hours of prayers daily for that thing to open. And guess what? We did that for almost 300 days. About 200 and something days. The key is that you have to do it until something happens. I heard the story of a man of God that needed to break into a dimension. He was praying every day for 90 days before it opened. Listen, if the breakthrough does not come on the 90th day, we will continue. That is the kind of rugged mentality you need to have. Rugged mentality that you are praying as a warrior. You are not stopping because you were discouraged. Is that you know that it is yours already. You know that God has given you the possession. You know that you must be the one to go and possess it, and you are not stopping until the prayer is answered. I'm not talking about praying for 2 months and saying, man of God, I've prayed, man of God, I've fasted, man of God, I've sown my seeds. Why is the breakthrough not coming? If you come to me, I will tell you, you have to continue. Because the law of scripture is that so long the cloud is gathered, there will be a downpour of rain. Are we together, believers? You need to go with the mindset of a warrior. So what do? You keep one prayer point. Is it breakthrough you want financially? Is it the job? What do you want? Is that you will sit down in your, is it marital settlement? Whatever has plagued people in your family, you look at your family, this person is not married, this person is not married, you are coming of age, same pattern repeating. You will have to tell yourself, you will have to hold the bull by the horn. You will not sleep like everybody, you will not eat like everybody. We are saying that you will press until, because originally your marriage is released in the spirit, your breakthrough is released in the spirit, your visa is released in the spirit. You are the one that will say, I have to possess this possession. There is what we call the labor in prayers until you break through into your rest. It's called Operation Push. It's pray until something happens, not pray until you are discouraged. It is pray until something happens. You will carve out hours in the day, for 2 hours every day. I'm going to be giving to this issue of my marriage, this issue of my job. You will have a testimony to share to a generation. Please tell us on the comment section what really stood out for you on this video. Please do not forget to like this video. Please subscribe. Please also hit the notification bell so you always get notified whenever I post a new video on this platform. Thank you very much. God bless you.